Hey guys, just a quick recap on last night's lesson. Okay, so first of all, what you would do is you would go to File, make a copy of your own document, then you would rename that document to something that that was relevant. The document would come up here with the new name, and on the previous tab, you're able to close down the old document that has been shared with you. This gives you your perfectly own copy of the document. Okay, so now let's start with this. So first of all, we want to select the names, and we want to see how many hours a week each person did. Okay, so first of all, we click and drag down to highlight all the names. Now we want to highlight two columns, so if we click here and drag, it's going to remove our first one. So we've got to remember what we need to do is click and drag down. We can let go then and freely to move around, but before we click again, we want to hold Control. So Control on your keyboard is the bottom left corner. You click and hold that, and then you can, with the mouse, left click and drag the next column. You can see that gives you two columns to select from. So now what we'll do is go Insert. I'll go Insert a chart. And when that loads, you'll see now we've got a chart with hours a week spent on a PC versus name. So you see Tony spends 45, Bart is the winner with 54, but you can see it visually represented in the chart. Okay, so that's one way of doing something. The next thing we can do is we can use Excel to carry on a sequence. So what I mean by that is you can see here how if we have a set of numbers in, we can use this box to drag down and automatically fill in the box below it. In this case, with the same number, because there was only one of them. However, if we did it here and highlighted these two numbers, see how they are 10102, 10103, because they're in a sequence already, if you drag down now, you'll see that the sequence is carried on. So this is built into Google Sheets. All you need to do is give it a little bit of encouragement by at least setting up the first two, so at the sequence, and then it can program the rest. So get rid of these ones. Again, just to show you that with this, you just click and you drag down with this one, you only get the one number. Now the same with if I type Monday. Okay. I can click and drag down and it will auto fill in the rest of the weeks. If again you wanted all Mondays, you'd type in 2 Mondays, so you'd set the sequence, then you could click and drag, and then you're able to use a square in the bottom right corner to drag down, and that set the column to all Mondays. Okay, next, let's delete this because we don't need this now. So next is the maths part of Google Sheets. So what we can do is we can highlight this column. Sorry, we can click and drag this column and this column. So we want to add the sum of these two together. Now we know it's 10, but imagine these are higher numbers. So we can go up to here, which is sigma, click on this, and go sum. You can see now that's automatically give us up here equals sum B9, which is this cell, and C9, which is this cell. And if you press enter on your keyboard, you see that it will give us the results. Okay, so now we don't have to do that every time for each line, because again, we can just click on here, click on this little box at the bottom right corner and drag down. That will copy over the same format for each line. So you can see as we click down, it goes same equation, just line 10, line 11, line 12, and so on. Okay, but now say we wanted to get the average. So what we could do is we could go, we could click on all of this, go on to here to Sigma again, click average, and that will give you the average of that one column. So you can see the average there is 4.85 of all them numbers together. However, we want the average of both of these columns. So what you can do, you can click and drag and do it again and click equals average. But the quick way is to just click on that. Same again, same as dragging down. You click and drag across, and you'll see the average. Now I went one too far, so as you can see it says nothing there, but we can just click on that column and click backspace and delete it. As you can see again, it's got the averages for the relevant columns automatically generated. So why don't you have a go? Let me know how you feel.